What's going on, everybody? This your boy Josh Powell checking in, and I was on episode 4, Respect Reality Table. Man, let's go.
We're going to welcome everyone to the episode 4 of the Reality Table. I want to welcome my special guest, Mr. Josh Powell. You know, NBA champion, Lakers baby. You know, go ahead, Josh. Tell them what you got going on.
First of all, Lex, I appreciate the invite. It's a pleasure to be on your platform with all these beautiful people. Just, looking forward to this conversation. Y'all get a chance, though, May 15th, 21 Reasons to Give presents Healthy Hearts, which will be a relationship conversation. We will be doing it at Ali Event Center at Lakewood from 1 to 5 p.m. It's going to be an amazing conversation. The first topic will be toxic monogamy. So we at your front door with it. Can't wait, man. But y'all pull up, man. You know what I'm saying? We gonna build, man. It's all about healthy living and just creating a different dynamic on relationships and how we look at them.
So also just kind of throw little jewels. Josh Powell's retired NBA player, Big Three, with the Killers, with the Killers, right?
Killer Threes.
Killer Threes.
That's what I was with.
And he was on the reality show Little Women of Atlanta. Okay, now we're on my boy Chika. Y'all already know him. Episode 3 for him. Loving, Ready to Love. We got you confused with Tobias.
Boy, stop playing. Stop playing. See what I'm saying?
Barber, entrepreneur. This is clothing line of Funu. So
yes,
go ahead, tell them about your clothing line.
What's up? Chicago, Fly Shot ATL. Clothing line is a Funu based strictly Nigerian. Igbo, my father. Name, I tell people all the time, people call me Chika, but it is Chimuka Okasali. Follow the movement, Afuanu, that's at Afuanu, and anything else, entrepreneur, hop in the chair, get your cut right, get your beard cream, get your skin right. But fellas, if you backed up, I got you, then pause, but I'll take care of your skin and get you right. Everything in between, that's about it, man, and enjoying the opportunity to be with Lex and her. Put a ring on it.
And the chump? What you mean? The chump was here.
Man, I said apologies. The champ to the left, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to get my own ring, so I don't really want to acknowledge him until I get mine. But other than that, it's all love.
All right, then we got Lealani Shaw, entrepreneur, 11-year esthetician. Go ahead, Lealani.
Oh, nice. You did it. I know, you
Sit
did.
down.
So, yeah, I'm Lealani Shaw. I was in season 2. I put a ring on it. It was a fun experience. So, I'm an entrepreneur, licensed esthetician. I'm in Buckhead. Check me out. Instagram, Lealani Shaw Aesthetics. And, of course, I have my bathing suit line, Furia Bella. So, will be on my link on my bio.
All right. Our next co-host, we got Mr. Rick. He is also a retired professional basketball player. Both of them actually was on Put a Ring on It. Go ahead, let them know your jewels, Mr. Rick.
Like she said, Rick Bodiford, former professional athlete. Now I'm in the medical field, out here saving lives, man. So ready for this conversation. Let's get it.
Oh.
Our dog got loose, y'all, so y'all just don't pay him no
tough
attention.
act to follow.
And then lastly, but not least, Miss Tynesha, entrepreneur. Everything with YouTube. You let them know your jewels, sweetheart.
It's a very tough act to follow, but my name is Tynesha Renee. My YouTube channel is Tynesha Talks. I love to talk about love, sex, dating, relationships, and anything related to Black people. So if you like real discussion, check me out. My Instagram is Tynesha_Renee.
Okay. All right, so now we're going to I want to thank my sponsors. We got Chick Cone Atlanta. If you're in Atlanta, address is 780 Memorial Drive, Atlanta, Georgia. Go get the best chicken in the house. Next sponsor, the Patio Smyrna. All you got to do is Google the patio. It's only the one and only, okay? Smyrna, Georgia. Those are our 2 sponsors for this episode. So, name of this episode, we're going to call it Respect, okay? Mr. Rick actually named this episode. So, we're going to kind of get into it. So, the first thing we want to talk about, it's okay. Leave him alone. He's fine. He's fine. He's a guest, man. Y'all, what's the dog's name?
Josh went on him being the guest, yo.
What's his name?
Zuka.
Zuka is in the house, okay? So don't pay him no mind. So we're gonna actually talk about. I think let's get into the beginning of the episode. So it recaps what they were talking about with Shay Fonzo and their daters. I want to ask Mr. Powell, just because you're new to the to the scene. What do you think about the first two interactions with the double dates in the restaurant? So you got Rick Ross, we call him Rick Ross, Fonzo, Shay's his girl, and their double dates.
I feel like one of the first things I noticed was just the lack of respect coming from the queens. The way that they talk to the men, and I get it. Like, I'm gonna put the disclaimer out there. I'm sure there's a lot behind that, but I do feel that there's a way that you can still speak to somebody that you say you love or that you care about in a manner, especially if you're trying to get to the bottom of something and fix it. And a lot of times, you know, our emotions can get the best of us and get us in a position where now we want to go from having a quote unquote conversation to only being heard. So you just got hurt people talking to hurt people, and we're not getting anything solved. Like, watching that, it was like, if we really, really trying to get to the bottom of our relationship, there's a different way of going about it. And what they did was just tear the men down even more so. You know what I'm saying? In my opinion.
But what do you think about that part where the double date at the very beginning when they were about to fight? How do you feel about it? Because I know you had a lot to say.
I feel like a queen shouldn't handle herself like that. That's just me being honest. Like, if you out somewhere and you really about to get to the point where you about to put hands on somebody, especially when that was an exercise, right? That was something that they were supposed to be doing to see where they're at in the relationship. So because that disclaimer was already out there, why are you acting like that? I wouldn't want no parts of that. You feel me? Because she got some layers she got to peel back. Period. Like that's some work that she got to go through. I don't want to be out with my lady and you acting like that. I'm good on that. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, if ain't nobody, especially this day and age, bro, if ain't nobody putting their hands on you, words mean nothing. If you're going to allow somebody's words to get you that riled up, I'm good. And don't put me in a place, you know what I'm saying, where I could jeopardize my life. Straight up. Because a lot of times, man, when you love somebody, right, and we done seen other people who acted out of character, and then you got to pay that consequence. That's not cool. That's a responsibility thing. Right. Don't put me in a position, just like me as a man, I don't need to put you in a position either.
Right, absolutely. What do y'all think of here, light skinned crew?
Wait. We're not segregating over here.
Well, we slick segregated though.
I don't know what that is. Okay. I think that he gets off on his ego being fed. And I think that she is in denial about the fact that she knows she needs to move forward. But I think that this show is kind of her way of getting reinforcement that she needs to move on. Are we not? We're not talking about Shay.
Yes, Shay.
Yeah. So we're talking about Shay. So I think that she knows what she has to do, but I think that this is going to be the kind of defining factor. She needs an outside lens to tell her what she already knows. And again, like I said, I think that his ego is being fed off of the fact that this woman, who personally I don't think that he respects, I think that he just gets off again on the fact that she wants something from him that he's not willing to give. So I think that there is a give and take with both of them. They're both feeding into each other in ways that are toxic. Toxic is what I would describe all of these couples, but that's what I observed with them.
Okay.
My humble opinion.
Mr.
No, I mean, I feel like she summed it up pretty good. I've already talked about this couple a couple times, and my opinion stays the same.
Rick's over them.
I'm over this couple. I feel like she knows what she needs to do. He's very comfortable. He's gonna be okay regardless. He has the lifestyle. She has to understand what makes her happy the most and what is important to her in her future. And if it's a lifestyle, then so be it. But if it's being happy, then she needs to do what she got to do. So, I mean, I'm not going to bash your cousin any more than what I do.
Shut up.
You know, like, I just feel like in this couple, like, he has been himself. Mm-hmm. He has not changed. He has not done anything different. She's going up and down in a roller coaster trying to, like, okay, I'm okay with this. No, I'm not okay with it. Let me walk out. Let me give the ring back or whatever happens. So she's doing all this and he's fine. So at this point, she has to make a decision if she wants to keep going in this back and forth or she's ready to walk out.
So let's talk about that. Lealani mentioned a great point. You said how he took the ring back. Have y'all ever, is anybody on this panel ever been married?
Yes.
Well,
Who say yes?
she's been married,
I
so
say
let's
yeah.
hear. So this is what we
Yeah.
need to talk to.
Okay,
We got two
okay.
married
Yeah.
couples on here.
I've been under contract.
On the contract.
Under contract.
Okay. So have you ever been in a situation where, I mean, probably not, where you were obviously engaged and someone hit your significant other up right before y'all were supposed to get married? Or have y'all ever been in anything turmoil like that to where, you know, I guess she called it off, or I don't know, he took the ring back? That part gets a little blurry because she says that they were going to the altar or getting married, going to whatever.
Yes.
They needed some
So the
type
courtrouse,
of
right?
paperwork,
Yeah.
right?
I think
They said
Shawty
she
ain't
went through
being
the
honest
ceremony.
about that because if you should know, you should get way more signs than just something like that happening at the last minute, in
Right.
my opinion.
It's a late sign. Right?
I don't feel like, especially when people, you've been around somebody enough, you should know better. You know what I'm saying? Because you should get an inkling of what your partner is on prior to, for the most part. I'm not saying everybody. That's just my opinion though. That certain behaviors, if you're paying attention, then you should be able to catch that prior to it being like a last second type of thing. You know what I mean? And to be able to make that decision. So that's just my opinion. I feel like to a lot of people it's the blind leading the blind.
I feel like that ceremony.
Yeah.
She was like they went through the ceremony, but they didn't actually get
No,
married.
she said that they had an engagement party. They
Nah.
definitely did.
She said they had a
No, a
ceremony.
ceremony,
They said
but
they had a
there was
ceremony.
something missing that they didn't know
They
they
didn't
needed
have
to
it, but
have.
they went through the
Oh,
ceremony.
the paperwork, some signature from the
Like
baby.
I don't, and for me, a lot of times when I look at people, when I see people actually go through acts, knowing that the act is not legit, it's more so, it's surface.
What do you mean?
By surface, I mean it's something that you want everybody to believe versus what it really is.
So what do you think it really is?
We're not going to destroy your cousin today, but
But I think
And,
speak on
Oh, wow.
speak on it because
Right.
there are a lot of women who are in that position, just like
I-
there are a lot of
Right.
men
Right.
who are in that
Facts.
position.
Facts. I
But
do.
it's-
I believe a lot of people go through. People like the look versus the work.
Exactly.
The idea.
I'm telling
Not
you,
necessarily
your
them
cousin,
too, but
you know what I'm saying?
general.
A lot of people like the look versus the work. You know what I'm saying? When you look at a lot of things look good. Like I remember somebody told me before, it's like, what you do sometimes is just that. It's just a good look, but it's nothing more than that. Just a good look. Outside of a good look, you cash in on it. Is it something of value to you? Is it anything? No, it's
There's
just
no
a good look.
substance.
And after a good look, we just scroll on to the next thing. So I just think on the surface, like my G just said, when I look at it, on the surface, I think your cousin likes the idea of being with him, but underneath it all, nah.
She need to quit crying in that Maybach.
He can't so left.
Hey, my boy leaned into the wrong mic too. He got the
He got the mic right in front of him.
I was talking to him. You know what I'm saying? Nah, for real, man. It's gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay.
I'm over it. All right, next couple.
Hey.
Next couple. Let's talk about. Well, we might as well get into it because they was the next
Shorty.
ones to talk about. Shay,
Oh.
no, Shorty and Kenneth.
Oh,
Oh no, that's
I'm gonna say something. I don't like right now. I don't like Shorty because every time she talk about Kenneth, she's like she never says
Right,
not
real
one thing
talk.
positive, not
Yeah.
one thing positive. So my thing is, what is he doing that's so fire for you to even come on this show? Because I'm gonna just go to the end part. Like when they sat there and they described their situation, and he was trying to be respectful and sit in his seat, and she's like, he just doesn't do this, doesn't do that, and he couldn't. And I found out in the relationship that he really didn't bring it to the table. He presented himself as if he did. Like, come on, like you don't have to come on national television and bash that man. Like,
Yeah.
it was not one positive thing that she said. And what stuck out to me is when she made the comment, he likes women that are out his league. Like,
Yeah.
That goes back. I'm telling you.
right, like the guys was talking about it, and they was like, maybe you feel insecure because he like women that might look better than you. So you
Facts.
keep saying out his league, but even if tit for tat, tomato, tomato, like I've seen beautiful women talk to guys that I'd be like, regardless if you want to say because they got a bag or if they don't, but I've seen it. I've seen beautiful women with their own money, talk to guys who really haven't had much shit. I was one of them. And I
just
ain't talking
wonder,
about
though.
the last situation.
But I wonder, is it the look?
Herself, though, but
She do got insecurity. I think it's real talk. Like I said, I think it's the look. Like real talk. I hate to say it like this. We being 100 on here though. TV provides a look. It provides a look. And to come on TV and to be with somebody you've been dealing with on and off, like that's like me being in a relationship and I bring my girl on and I know what we've been through, despite what this camera knows.
Right.
I still ain't gonna make you look like you're not gonna look like shit. I ain't gonna make you look like shit on camera. But she made a man. She basically was like, "Yo, you look at men. I mean, look at women out of your league." You know what I'm saying? That shit. That to me was like.
But
so
as a man, bro, when a woman talks to me like that, bro, it's a
hey, we done.
Bro, we're done.
But
done.
that's my thing though, and I gotta ask, fam, if she talking like this on, and don't get me wrong, because we've all been on TV and we've all been caught out of, you know what I'm saying? Somebody caught us off guard with something. But you in a relationship, so I don't think this is the first time she said it. But I think this, real talk though, this was her time to, quote unquote, shine. You know what I'm saying? And that's not a shine in my book.
No.
You know what I'm saying? That's not a
It's
shine.
embarrassing.
That's like you. So why would you? Because the only question we're all going to ask is, if he dates women out of his league, you feel like you out of his league?
That's what I'm saying.
I ain't looking at it like that.
No, I don't think. When last week I mentioned that she said that he liked women out of his league, but now when she explained it, she's really, like you said, insecure because he like all these pretty women, and maybe all these women do give him that.
They might give him that play that we don't see,
Right.
and you mad because he getting the play, and ultimately now you may be worried is he gonna stay with you? So in order to keep, sometimes what we do to keep people, I'm not saying we've all done it, we've experienced it or we've seen somebody do it, is that we put down their opportunities to make sure that they stay with us. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
As a man, I'm gonna nip that in the bud, though, bro. I'm gonna show you better than I can tell you.
I ain't saying your characteristics not like that. Your character not like that. But every woman don't have the same characteristics.
He need to nip it in the bud, though.
He like you, bro.
I see. It's
She
something
is
that's
emasculating that man on national TV, and I don't like it.
I don't like it either.
So, like I said last week, I think I need to know her story a little bit deeper. What is her relationship with her father? Why does she feel like she has to have this dominant type of role? I don't know. Like, I can only talk from my own experience. I feel like when a woman is insecure within herself, she is not going to go for men that she feels is above her.
Right.
So she's going for someone intentionally who is below her, because we keep asking, if you feel this way, why are you still with this man? Because he's stroking her ego. So what is it within her that is making her stick with this man so that she feels like she's on a pedestal? I'm hoping that this is what unfolds in future episodes, but at the end of the day, this emasculating of him, I don't like that.
I was gonna say, I hope he leave her, because I feel like he's also settling because to be badgered every time, like, and I can imagine if it wasn't on television. Like, I hope he leaves her. I hope that couple really does not work out, because regardless of what his financial status is, he don't need to be with somebody who's not trying to motivate him, if that's his situation. Because we really don't know if he don't have money. He don't speak on it.
No,
and
he don't,
he's
man.
really reserved. He's really respectful. He sits there and he's on the guys' date with the guys. Like, if I propose, I'm going to feel embarrassed if she says no. Like, boom, boom, boom. Like, you know,
I want to know his story, though.
I don't think that's respectful, though.
Nah, it's not.
I don't think that's respectful. For one, the bigger issue is that a lot of people date out of control. So she reminds me of what a lot of the masses do, just like he does, and vice versa. Because it's men that's exactly, and it's men that's in that position, right? If a man is successful, for the most part, how he dates comes from a controlling standpoint, especially if he's successful. You know what I'm saying? But then again, which is another topic, what is the purpose behind the reason why you're dating? A lot of people aren't dating for love. You feel me? Wow. He already spoke on it. It's they dating for the look. They're dating for the lifestyle. Some people just want business partnerships.
Right, but I think that's with the other couple, not this couple. This guy literally.
In that sense, it's a control thing.
Yeah.
And a lot of women, right, in my opinion, which I've seen, they'll date specific type of men to control.
Some women like projects.
Because that's a comfort thing.
They like projects.
Right?
Yeah,
but that's a different conversation. But yeah, some women do like projects. But in this particular instance, she's dating from a control standpoint. And that's a comfort. That is a comfort level. As long as she can manage that, she's good. That's why she talked to bro that way. But at the end of the day, you're saying he's being respectful. I don't think that's being respectful because he's playing himself too.
Right, I said being respectful towards her, like not calling her out, not coming out of the seat.
It ain't even that because bro hurt. He don't even know how to handle that. You know what I'm saying? I don't think that's disrespect towards him because Queen already mentioned it. It's when you look at these people, man, it's a lot of deep-rooted issues that you would have to get to the bottom to really understand why they're behaving that way, right? Yeah. You don't know if it's a mama issue, a daddy issue. You don't know if it's rejection, abandonment. The list goes on. There's something going on in King's head where he goes into a shell and people will be like, well, he's being respected. No, that ain't respect. Bro going backwards. Just like the same thing for her. That controlling nature, she's going backwards. Something has to make her feel safe. That's why she's behaving that way.
So let me ask you this then. When it comes to him, and I'm asking everybody, when it comes to him and their relationship, why do you think she feels so freely to talk to him in that manner? Because, fam, we don't, there's difference between, like you said, we all know it. It's the difference between, take away this camera, and we're all just sitting here talking. It's a difference. Now you done, we can't get into the other couple years,
I personally think
put it on.
So to go at a man, especially, right, is either to go at his penis size or to go at his pockets.
Facts.
So those are the two things that'll really hit a man the hardest. You see what I'm saying? So I don't know bruh's situation, but when she made that financial comment, it felt like it was a lot behind that.
So did he leave himself open? Once again, we asked this. Did he leave himself open when he screenshotted her bank statements? Did he leave himself open for that then?
He definitely did.
I saw that clip from a clip on Instagram that broke that down, and I was just like, bro, that's not king behavior.
Nah, that's why I like a little bit of not giving him that king, but I respect how you saying it though. But I was like, why?
But I think for him though, when I watched that clip, it's like by any means necessary. You know what I'm saying? So he felt like he had to do what he had to do at that moment. And he regretted it heavily. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But whatever the reason is behind it, like they both play off of each other, but she knows how to really get at bro. And he don't know how to respond to that.
Yeah.
So whatever happened in his situations, and it may not even be a childhood thing. It could be how he's been treated in other relationships where he just don't know how to bounce back off of that. I don't necessarily know, but it's like, something.
When she said that, like, okay, when they start off, I always ask, he's the only brother up there that starts off with his arm behind his girl. I watched all the episodes. He always got his arm behind his girl. And he kept it behind her for most of them. When that happened though, he did this rub right here, and it was like he wanted to release. He wanted to say something, but something keep holding him back from saying what he really want to say. Like, fam, it's something on your chest, and I don't know if she got you in between she got you by your balls, and you can't say the shit, but it's something on your chest that you want to say, and but no matter what, he doesn't put her in a fucked up light.
Yep.
But you can tell it's something on that man's chest that he want to get off. But he can't put her in the fucked up light.
I think, in my opinion, from watching that, I feel like he want to check her.
But it's some reason he can't check her.
He won't do it.
Bro, when it comes to a relationship, bro, if you don't got respect, you don't got nothing, bro. So that shit needs to be deaded. Like, their situation is no respect for the man. The man is supposed to be your protector. The man is supposed to hold the house down. You have no respect for this man. So if you have no respect for this man, there's nothing left to be done.
That's why I wonder why they even on the show. That's why I wonder why you're on it.
Well, I don't want to. We got to be responsible, Rick. You know what I'm saying? So this is what I'm gonna say, and I understand what you're saying, but I do think that a conversation needs to be had if they're trying to work on their relationship. Because the funny part is, we all in here have experienced some type of heartbreak, some type of breakup, whatever we want to say in any type of relationship. And it's always funny, right? We'll take an example. Somebody cheats. Oh man, leave him. It ain't that simple. Somebody could beat the hell out of somebody And they be like, why is he or she still with that person? It is not that easy when emotions get involved. So it's like, if we're really trying to work towards something, then we got to do the necessary work, right? Starting with self first. A lot of times people are doing work,
though. It has to be collectively.
but that's why you got to do it for you first, because you got to be willing to see certain things. A lot of people go wrong because it's like, I'm in a relationship with her, I need to fix me for her. No, you need to fix you for you.
Exactly. So we might have to step away from each other.
I
so I
agree.
can
You might
fix
have to.
me.
I'm not
going to
have
get
to.
disrespected and talk too crazy while I'm trying to fix me.
Yeah.
I
I'm not
get
going to
that.
be in a relationship with somebody if I'm not all the way together.
But you
Yeah.
got to be in a space to, you know what I'm saying, that you
Yeah.
can recognize that. Because the point that I'm making is the responsibility lies on your statement.
Sure.
Because somebody's going to watch this and they might walk away from a situation that they needed to be patient
No, I
in.
respect that.
And then on the flip side, somebody should have got the hell on when they stand around.
I respect
So
that.
that's why I was just saying, like, people, we got to really see what it is that we want, right? Starting with self and how we need to grow and where we need to go. And then we can be able to make the proper decisions moving forward.
Yeah.
That's a responsibility thing.
When they had that
Because
man
love
talk.
is complicated.
No, for
Love
sure.
is.
Yeah, love is a tricky
And
thing, man.
I feel like at the beginning of a relationship, the boundaries and the respect is already set. Like, I'm going to know from the beginning when I meet a girl, if she's respecting me, then we can move forward. If she's already respecting me from the beginning, well, I'm not even going to get to love
And that's
you.
your boundary.
I'm not even
And
gonna
I respect
get
that. That's your
far.
boundary.
For
Yeah.
sure. So
That's your boundary.
I'm speaking for myself. I understand what you're saying 100%. That makes sense. Because when you love somebody, you're going to put up with a little more shit. You're going to try
But
to
you
make
shouldn't.
it work.
You shouldn't have to.
No,
What I'm
exactly.
saying, what I was just saying in regards to what you were saying is, that's your boundary.
Yeah.
So to voice it that way is different because people need to learn terms. They need to learn what they mean.
No, for sure.
They need to learn how to move in that space.
For sure.
A lot of times people like, oh man, somebody do one thing, I'm gone, and life don't work that way.
No.
You can't work that way in your personal. You can't work that way in business. You can't work that way with. I got kids. I can't sit up there and be like, let me X my kids out because they do one thing wrong.
No, for sure.
Before these cameras cut on, bro, I had a moment with y'all just to be transparent and vulnerable, you feel me, about what was going on in my situation. And I still got to be loving and forgiving and respectful of what they own, even though I don't agree with it necessarily.
For sure.
And it is what it is.
Yeah, but
That's the same thing in other relationships.
yeah, well, those are your kids. Well, I just feel like people get into not even relationships. You go on a date and you see all these red flags, and you still keep going, trying, and like, why try when you see all these red flags that doesn't align with what you ultimately want?
Because the problem is people don't love themselves enough to be in a position where they're like, you know what? If I never meet the right person, I'm good.
See that, but that go back
That
to
Yeah.
scares
Well, that's
a
people
lot
that
of
not
men
happy
and
with
a lot of
themselves.
women.
What you
Yeah.
were saying
Absolutely.
earlier.
But that's what I'm
Tie it
saying.
in, though.
To answer your question, that's why I said that. Because you got to be willing to love yourself enough that you're like, you know what? If I don't find somebody, then I don't find them.
Yeah,
that-
and people should be okay with that.
when you tie it in, like nowadays, what's the one thing we always see more than anything now than ever on social media, anything? Self-love. 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 And when you
It's
find
more
out,
than
when
a
you
term.
look at a lot of people, the true definition of self-love, a lot of people don't even know. You know what I'm saying? Like you mentioned it earlier. You had to be willing to let some things go so you could forgive. You know, you got to forgive
Absolutely.
yourself. A lot of people don't know how to forgive themselves. And the easiest way you feel like an easy out is always somebody else.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But when you learn that self-love, like I think my man, like with him and Shorty, I don't think he's forgiving himself for whatever has happened between them. You know, and he's holding on to something, and that's what keeps him from saying anything. The moment that man actually learns to forgive himself for whatever happened, you'll see a different type of man, and he will speak up for himself.
You know what I'm thinking is, I don't, like you said, we don't know this couple. We don't
We
know
don't.
none of the past. But what the part that bothered me the most is when she made a comment saying at the beginning, I mean, when they were sitting with Dr. Nicole, and she said when they first met, he was making it seem like he had more going
Right,
for
that's
himself
what I
than he
said.
really do.
I think she's holding that
Maybe
against him.
She's holding that against him. Maybe
Facts.
he feels bad for that.
But that's
maybe
retarded
what it-
because most people, when they step out, they put their best foot forward
Exactly.
anyway.
Yes.
So even
What
if
do you
it's
expect?
not true, that's just reality.
But why
of
would
it.
you bash that? Why would you bash him
Right.
on TV?
Why
about
would you
that?
stay?
Why would you
Why would
stay?
you stay?
Why would you stay?
Stay, then bash.
Exactly.
That's what's got
Exactly.
me baffled.
Are you
Like,
getting off
do you
to
feel
that?
like you did something for him and he owes you?
Exactly.
And that's what I'm getting from her. Like, I did something for you that you made me believe you had, but you owe me.
I held you down.
You owe me.
You owe me.
You know what I'm saying?
I'ma say
There's a
what
lot
I
of
wanna
women out
say.
here with that you owe me
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I look at it like, if you're gonna move on, some things in life, men take L's. Men take a lot of L's that we never speak on. You know what I'm saying? We take a lot of L's. And I believe women take L's too. I'm not saying it's a one-way street. But at some point in time with self-love, if we're speaking of it, yo, you understand, you know what? Look, it's cool. It is what it is. I can let you go. And I can work on me. And I ain't mad at you. You know what I'm saying? But I think between them, I think she did something for him and he feels like he can't speak on it because if he speak on how he really feel, she gonna murder him. She gonna shoot the club up, boy.
She already murdered him.
But it seems like it gets worse. It seems like it gets worse. It seems like it gets worse. She's too comfortable saying the stuff she's saying to this man.
Fact, she too big.
I think that the relationship was based on financials.
Yep, and I think she felt like she got cheated.
I think that that's 100%. Probably the thing and why she's so bitter about the situation.
And I think she flaunts, because he doesn't really flaunt his dates. She flaunts her dates in front of him. You know what I'm saying? Like she flaunts them. But even though you flaunt them, you still act like you don't want him. So it's like you really want him to do something for you that he said he was going to do. And until he does it, you're going to ride that man until he does it, which is making y'all toxic. And the relationship is pointless.
I really hope by the end of this season that he understands what's going on and he get the hell on.
Right.
I really hope so.
Nobody should be.
I really hope so, bro.
I'm a true love. You should respect your man. Like if you want a person because you love them, you want to be with this person. So respect should be number one. Like the way that she talks about him, she talks to him. It should not be. It's not acceptable.
It's hard to watch.
It's not a selfless love. I feel like if you really truly care about somebody, then you would understand when you need to walk away because you're hurting them. And I don't think that whatever justification she comes up with in her head, if this is not a person for you, you either walk away or you're going to stay with them, you're going to work through it. But she gets off on putting him down. I don't know. I think there's two sides, obviously. So if he has a fault in staying in that situation, but she has a fault in also staying as well, it's not what she wants. But we have to figure out, again, why is it that she's not moving toward what she wants?
All I'm saying is, and I'm going to be done with this. We can talk about them forever. But all I'm going to say is, I'm not going, because I've done it, I'm not going to go on national television, regardless if my partner has it or not, and talk about this man's finances. Because, I mean, first of all, we don't know, when you go on TV, these folks don't know you. The consumers don't really know you. They only know what you tell them, right? Mm-hmm. So they're not going to know you in 2 months filming anyway. So why do I have to share every last detail of my situation? I'm not about to go say my partner broke or this. I'm not even going to talk about it. So at the end of the day, it's like, you ain't, regardless of what you're doing, regardless of what you're doing, you don't have to necessarily go on television and say to Dr. Nicole, he did not bring what he needed to bring to the table financially. I think that's crazy. I think at the end of the day, she didn't have to do that. You can talk about it a little bit, but every episode from episode 1, that's all she's talked about was that man's finances. Yeah. If it was that bad, my G, go on about your business.
Go get on the couch now.
Help me.
Hey, get on the couch now.
Get your ass.
Zeus
get on the couch.
He got out of control. We tried
get
to let
on the couch now.
We tried to let him get
he
a
like
little
women, man. When he find women, he go in hard, yo. He go in hard. Look at he looking out.
Okay, now he calm.
Looking pie now.
All right, so the third couple, we're gonna get on the third couple.
Can I say this real quick?
Go ahead.
Because I think it's always interesting that we say, well, why they going on national TV and doing that? But I guarantee Shaw to be lighting him up around his peers and his loved ones. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not really big on how it's done. It's just the fact that it's being done.
It's being done. That's where I'm at with it.
Yeah, because I mean, this is you put yourself in a position going on there anyway.
Right.
So she ain't got to put her on for the city. Like, bro, you on there. Be and do what you gonna do. Same thing with him and the rest of them. You ain't got to flex because them cameras on. Be who you are, bro. Don't switch that up. But we got to understand like what that is and what that means, man, because the deeper rooted thing, and I know for me and my personal experiences, a lot of people get to bumping their guns, you feel me? And will sit up here and act like they ain't doing nothing wrong. And then the worst part is they bump guns about you and still want to stay with you.
Right.
That's the part that's tricky and it's confusing and it's toxic in itself because it doesn't make sense and then it's not a good look. And then them same people will feel some type of way when you start opening your mouth and speaking up. You know what I'm saying? If you in a position where you like, hold on, bro, like this ain't that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So we got to understand that responsibility, man. Like, to your point, if y'all, again, if you're going to work towards something, you got to handle every step of the way a certain type of way, because you're understanding what it is that you're building, right? Protect home. Protect home. At the end of the day, she ain't doing that.
On that one. Protect the house. Okay.
Yes.
Let's talk about this other couple we were talking
We're
about.
gonna talk about
Gosh.
we're gonna talk about Lamar Odom and what's his name?
Otis.
Otis.
Karl Malone.
Karl Malone. We call him Karl Malone. We're gonna talk about Otis and Charlie. Lealani, what you think about them?
This last one was, this last one was crazy. It was interesting to see, like, from the previous episodes, how he was like all gung ho and mad about her dates, and now on this one, since he did something wrong, you see, he was all quiet. She was fucking pissed. Like, I'm not sure to what extent the DMs went on.
Right.
But this was just like a different side to them. From her feeling that he was bashing her from going on a date to now she was done.
Does she have a reason to be done? Does she have a valid reason for her behavior?
If it was really just the DMs, I don't think so. But again, we don't know what the network choose to like air or not air, and how in depth that situation went. But if it's just a DM and they were just talking like he said because they had common friends, I think it's a little bit excessive.
Nah, I think it was all a play, because at the end of the day, they're on the show dating each other. And then for him to DM her, I can see why Charlie got mad. Why you already gonna go on a date with her? What you DMing her for? Y'all could talk about it on y'all dates.
I
think. Hold on, but wait. What I'm saying is, like, when Mario and Riva was on here, we talked about respect and disrespect.
Yes,
we also
that's
talked
right.
about, at the end of the day, when you make a play, no matter how it's made, if you make that initiative, it's about initiative. He's trying to see if that person is going to catch the bait. And regardless if it was innocent, it depends on who the person is. But because she's someone that you're going on dates with, 2 dates to be exact, and your partner has seen the person too, why would you DM them?
But
What's the point of that?
But this goes back to, like, so this is reality TV, we get it. But if we want reality TV to so-called be reality, in reality, when you're actually dating somebody, what if he really was vibing with her, like, on some, like, I might want to talk to her a little more, like, this ain't real. Like, we don't just date on TV. Like, if we really like each other, we're not dating for TV. We're dating because I'm really about to leave my girl for you. So you might want to explore different things. That's what you signed up for. This ain't TV dating. Like,
now that aspect,
He
I agree
understood the
with you on.
assignment.
This ain't
I've been waiting for somebody to say it. I mentioned it earlier.
You
That's
signed
the
up.
disclaimer.
That's what I'm saying.
You're on the show to figure out if
Thank
you're getting
you.
married or
Yeah.
not.
Earlier.
So you can't be
I don't
mad.
get it.
Shorty,
I don't
you
get
get to
it.
go on dates and do what you do. I ain't gonna be mad at that. Let me live. If I'm trying to really figure out what I'm trying to do with you,
it shouldn't be no boundaries.
Now, what I will
It shouldn't
say,
be no
Exactly.
boundaries.
what I will
It
say,
shouldn't be
This
no
ain't the
boundaries.
ultimatum.
Should be
No,
no
no,
say
no,
that.
no.
You want to
no.
see who
Nah.
your person is.
You need
You
to see
wanna
how
see
they
who your
move
person
for
is.
real without
Exactly.
you
You
manipulating the
free.
situation.
You
yes.
free.
But
Go.
if we
Let's go.
agreed, this was the flip side, though. Like I say, she said they agreed to something.
Exactly. That's what.
Okay, hold on, pause. And I'm only saying this. I'm biased as hell. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm biased to totally agree. But one thing I learned, like, real talk, you learn a lot of things along the way in life, man. We as men, we play both sides of the card. You know what I mean? We play them well. There's double standard. There's everything else that comes along with the double standard. Women have their own double standard as well, too. But if we agree, and if I came into this, and I came into this as you as my woman, I'm just going to be 100. That's because where I am now. You catch me 5-10 years ago,
Different
nigga, I
story.
would not even
for
say
sure.
this. You
For
know what
sure.
I'm
That's
saying?
what I'm
It's just
saying. That's what I'm
age.
saying.
It's just age. If we agree to this, I ain't gonna bring you on TV and I ain't gonna throw a curve on you on TV.
That's what I'm.
That's all I'm saying. I'm not gonna throw a curve to you on TV. I'm not hating. I'm not none of that. But at the same time, what I keep in mind is we both came on here, like you said, we both came on here with the opportunity to explore. So if we exploring, How do you explore with boundaries?
I just say do it
I don't think you
Exactly.
can.
You
You
can't.
can't.
At the end of the day, bro, you want to see who this person is.
Yes.
Bro. You're
Not
giving a
Yeah.
person the freedom to
no
go.
exploration on the face of this earth had boundaries. on
If
this
you
show.
like him, go. If that's what you want to do, go.
Yeah.
Go like
This
that.
is your opportunity. Go.
Like
If
that.
you
Don't-
love it,
if
let
they
it
don't-
go.
But he
Don't-
just said, what did you just say?
But no,
no
no.
relationship is that cut and
No,
dry.
no, but
it's not.
But my
feelings.
thing is,
play a
all right, if I'm
role.
dating a girl and we go on this show and she sees a dude
It's
she
not that
likes,
easy, fam.
bro, I'm not trying, bro. Go, don't settle for me. Somebody gonna love me. Somebody gonna love me and won't see me as.
But I agree with Rick.
That's real.
I'm not saying I don't
Like-
agree with him.
like-
But what I'm
Don't settle
saying
for
is,
me.
real talk. Fact, people act like, we just gonna lay it on the table. You've been dealing with your girl for a minute. Years involved. We're saying how it is. Meet the whole nine, you and your girl.
Right.
Feelings are involved, fam.
Meet
Meet the meat. I'm just saying, it
no
makes
concept.
men act like it doesn't. But at times, there are times in your life
But
where you
it-
meet one and where real talk, fam. I'm just
But
being
it-
100.
but-
That shit,
and
that
I-
shit fuck with your soul,
No,
nigga.
it'll fuck with you, but don't settle for me.
I didn't say settle. I said it will fuck with
Oh,
your
for
soul.
sure. I've
And
had
the
that.
fact it will fuck with your soul
Yeah.
will make you feel some type
But
of
No,
Yeah, but it's
not.
100%.
it is settling. And the reason being,
I
is
agree with you
because
on
if you love your partner the way that you say
But
you want
you're
them to be
supposed
happy,
to.
Exactly.
And if we gotta go on
Exactly.
a show to find
I
out
don't want to
what
go
our-
on the show to find nothing like
But
that.
this is to your point though. If we gotta go on a show to find out where our love is,
Yep.
then we
you
already
didn't
know
know
what
where our
time
love
it
is.
Yes.
Thank you.
Exactly.
Yes.
That's
Yeah,
all I'm saying.
therefore,
Exactly.
it's open
No.
game.
Yeah,
Like, we can't-
exactly.
Yeah, I agree.
So to Rick's point, it's like, bro, if you find somebody, cool.
Yeah.
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 At the end
I
of the
love
day,
you enough to be
it's
cool.
about
Exactly.
testing
Let it
the
go.
limits. You have
Yeah.
to test the limits of your
I think
relationship.
that comes with age, though.
respectfully,
It's
You
an
want your
unconventional
respectfully.
experience. You can't have conventional boundaries
Experience?
on something like this. That doesn't make sense.
This
You're
is
not
not
gonna
ready
get
to
the
love.
answers you're looking for.
Yeah.
Yeah,
This is not ready to love.
Age versus
You-
experience. Which one played a better role for you?
you're having the whole conversation over there.
Because
My
he's
bad.
going off of the
No, it's
same
okay.
thing.
Finish. Go ahead.
Basically, because he's like, would I leave or what would I do? And I'm like, if I love her, man, I want her to be happy.
Fast.
I've had conversations in other relationships where I told Shawty like, bruh, it's cool, but that's because I know me.
I'm be
You
good.
feel that way, Shawty? Go ahead, bruh,
Dude,
do your
please.
thing. I'm not tripping.
Be happy.
That's not me saying it won't hurt. See, that's the difference.
Exactly.
I'm not saying that
that's
I'm
what I
not
was
hurt.
saying.
Selfless
That's what I was
love.
But
saying.
what I'm saying is, bro, I
What's
love
that
you
word?
enough.
Selfless
Do
love.
you. It's all
Yes.
good. But
Yes.
if I'm with anybody and we gotta go to a show to figure out where we at, bro, that goes to show it says
I'm going
enough in
for
itself.
winning.
I'm good.
At the
I mean,
end
I'm
of the
gonna
day,
find what I want because obviously you're not it if we on this show.
I'm gonna
nobody
take the
goes
day
to the
serious.
show to figure out the life, honestly.
Yeah, that's all I was saying.
We are all in Atlanta. You're going to go on the show because you want exposure, but you don't realize once you get in the fucking show,
Opportunity.
you're going to get some real shit into your relationship.
Right.
Nobody think it's real
But
until they
that's my
get in the
point,
shit.
Queen. Great point. Right? But I know me, man, if I'm with my lady, I'm protecting home. I'm not going on no show. I don't
No,
care about no
I'm
exposure. It ain't
Yeah.
got nothing to do with that either.
I'm telling you.
We not gonna be in that place, bro. I'm protecting home at all costs. We not doing that.
If you need to date somebody else,
Not doing
we
that.
single. Go date somebody else. I don't need an experiment. I don't need no experiment.
Okay.
Because I
Okay.
feel like you to a point you settling, but you setting yourself up though. Like I feel like you setting yourself up for failure,
For sure.
especially when you
Go
don't
ahead.
know what's coming around the corner.
Yeah.
Unless there's some.
That boy said,
Unless.
There are some dating shows that it depends, and they trying to really build and do certain things. So it's just a little
Dating
different.
show.
We
No,
ain't
listen,
together.
There's
the
something
good-
out there.
The good thing about actually going into a show is like you will never know, and you will attest to this. You will never know what's going to happen
That's absolutely.
unless the cameras are on.
Absolutely, I agree. And on that note, I'm gonna agree. So listen, we gonna sum this up real quick. So we're gonna go down the line like we do every episode. So Josh, who do you want to make it out of the three couples? Who's your favorite?
I just want to give praise to Heavenly Father. Heavenly Father. Lex, you have an amazing platform. It's a beautiful conversation. 'Cause I am not a fan of anyone on this show. No hate. I do pray that y'all are able to figure it out, but I'm just not rolling with what I'm saying because it's deeper for me, right? I'm looking at it from the standpoint. I'm tired of seeing men and women, kings and queens, go through this type of disrespect publicly and private. I'm tired of seeing our people look a certain way in the eyes of people, and it's like we looking like fools and all kind of stuff. I'm tired of seeing this fake love. I'm tired of seeing people settle. I'm tired of toxic love being the headliner for everything. I'm tired of people not dealing with their unresolved issues and traumas and patterns and everything else. So it bothers me from a different lens. We need to have something more positive that's out there instead of we being puppets and being on these platforms and we making ourselves look weak. And this has nothing to do with black. This has to do with men and women. Like, you got grown adults behaving in this manner, and it's not cool. I'm tired of personally seeing it. That's why I'm saying I'm praying for them, because the show first come on, Shorty grabbing a plate. It's just not a good look that they arguing and carrying on and behaving in such a manner, because you not finna disrespect me. But you got people out here really dying behind that.
That's
Right? The cameras is on for that, but you got real people that's actually dying behind respect and all of that. And that's why people got to know themselves. I just met King tonight, but guess what? If we was to get into some words or something, I'm just going to exit respectfully, bro. I'm going home.
Right.
I ain't even going to play with you, dog. Like, we good. I don't even want to put myself in that position. It don't make me any less of a man. And that's what the women got to understand. That don't make you less of a woman. Be classy. Walk away. There's so much power in that. And as the man, bruh, baby, don't do that. You feel me?
Exactly.
Like, don't even do that. Right? Because we ain't see that. What would have happened if Jada would have said, "Will, nah, it's cool, calm down, we good."
No, he's right.
We don't have nobody talking about that. We ain't talking about nobody that's doing that, because I'm also thinking about our kids. I'm thinking about so many different things that, to your point, yes, some of that has to do with age, but it also has to do with experience. I come from a trauma abused background, mentally, emotionally, physically, sexually abused as a kid. I've seen so much and been through so much. I don't want those patterns to keep repeating itself. And I've had to do a lot of work to get me into this space, and I'm still doing so much more work. So I'm just, for me personally, I don't give a about what they got going on, because I'm just tired of seeing that pattern. I'm tired of seeing us hurt on TV and people make a mockery of everything that we do.
Right.
And
Modern
it's
day
not
minstrelsy.
cool. I'm overly tired of that. So that's my spill on it.
Okay. All right, Chika. A fool knew. What you think? Who's your favorite couple to make it out?
You said
Like,
something.
honestly, when we looked about everything tonight, I had a favorite couple. I'm not gonna lie. I really wanted N.O. to get in there. You know what I'm saying? Something about him, and we all resonate with somebody. You know what I'm saying? I resonate with him because I look at him, and when I look at him, I see a man who want to be something, but because I feel like you held on, because somebody did something for you, it puts you in a place to where you're not able to shine the way you want to shine. And when I saw that tonight, and I saw all of them argued, all of them, everything. I agree with you. A lot of toxicity in this whole, in everything. You want a favorite, but I just don't really think nobody got no love for nobody on there at the end of the day. This episode just showed me nobody had no love for nobody. I ain't gonna repeat everything Josh said. I'm not even gonna do all that. You know what I'm saying? I just feel like, real talk, turn the Hawks game on.
Right.
Man.
I'm gonna agree. My intake is I really just want them to be all happy and get the counseling. But honestly, I don't think none of them are ready to be married. Absolutely not one. If anything, if they want to keep trying, I mean, it's gonna be like, what do you call it, insanity? Because I don't think nobody's changing. I think I can't see it, at least not from now. And like I said, I had a favorite couple. Mine actually was New Orleans, but now I want him to leave, and I want her to leave too. Like, on both ends, like. If you got to talk to him like that, you don't need to be with him. And if you got to accept that, you don't need to be with her. So I think that I ain't really got one right now.
Yeah. I just feel that all this couple should be together, honestly. Like, you should have respect for yourself. And these couples either are not respecting themselves or either allowing somebody else to put them down. And that's just not healthy at all for any relationship.